Welcome to the Greenway with Mac, a channel dedicated to active transportation. This short video will show you what it is like to ride on the San Francisco Bay Trail and how to get to the Berkeley Marina. This video is part of a series that started in Emeryville at the Bay Street Mall and provided some different options for a city or Greenway ride. The link at the top of the screen will show you how to get here from Bay Street. The San Francisco Bay Trail is a brilliant idea to connect people to the waterfront areas of the bay. This network of multi-use paths line most of San Francisco Bay with supporting trails that cross its bridges and connect its cities. Check the description for a link to an interactive map of the Bay Trail that I have found to be an incredible resource when planning bike rides. It shows which trails are paved, which ones are in the street, and where new ones will be built. In addition, it shows some of the other trails in the region, such as the Bologna Greenway, which I covered in this video above. This part of the Bay Trail is nearly 10 miles of waterfront greenway that connects to the Rosie the Riveter National Historic Park in Richmond. The views are absolutely stunning and just can't even begin to be captured by a camera. This video shows about 2 miles of path heading north and then follows a spur of the trail west to the Berkeley Marina. All of it but the very end is on the Bay Trail and does pass the 880 test, so all users from 8 to 80 can feel safe using it. There are just a few places where we will cross the street or a driveway, but other than that, the path is completely separated from drivers. The other thing that makes this a great all-ages trail is that this section is totally flat. Off to the left is Point Emery, which has a few parking spots, but not much land to hang out. If you must drive to reach the Bay Trail, then this is an option to park. These beaches here don't allow pets, but just a little north of here are a few places, including Albany Beach. I will point it out when I post a future video that covers that piece of the trail. I happened to catch the local punk band Elegant Trash setting up for one of their beach shows. When you look out on the water, you'll see San Francisco to the left of the frame. On a big enough screen, you can see the Golden Gate Bridge to its right. In person, it is much more noticeable, as long as Carl the Fog has not rolled in and covered it up. We are looking west, so anywhere on the trail is a terrific place to watch the sun set, and the fog just adds some texture. The bridge over Interstate 80 is a bike and pedestrian one. The ADA-compliant span was built in 2002 and is the only car-free connection across a 3-mile-long barricade between West Berkeley residents and their waterfront. Berkeley Commons, a life science research center, is the building under construction, and this path should be a sweet amenity for them. If Berkeley connects this area with safe cycling infrastructure, then future employees have the freedom to not drive. They just started construction on a cycle track along the lagoon at Aquatic Park, which will impact the BORP Adaptive Cycling Center and the Street Level Cycles community bike shop that operate from buildings along that roadway. So please consider donating to these nonprofit groups to help keep them afloat throughout the construction period. This path takes you back to the bike and pedestrian bridge. There aren't any protected lanes to get you into downtown Berkeley, but this is a decent connection to get to Aquatic Park and the Berkeley Amtrak station. Brickyard Cove is an open space with a trail that runs the perimeter. It can be a good place to jog or have a picnic, but it seems like the restrooms are sometimes locked. The Sea Breeze Cafe is a seafood-centric deli that is perfectly placed on the trail. There aren't many places to stop and pick up supplies on this side of the highway, so swing by if it's snack time or you're ready to take a break from the sun or the wind. I've learned that treats keep my little guy happy on our rides, and Seabreeze Cafe has plenty to offer. There are plans to put a pump track on this land between the trail and University Avenue. Pump tracks are circular tracks with rollers and berms that can be ridden without pedaling when you do it right. There's one right off the Richmond Greenway, not too far away. Across the street is a 72-acre park called McLaughlin East Shore State Seashore. Say that 10 times fast. It's a terrific open space that is dog-friendly. They are in the planning stages for adding sections of the Bay Trail on the land. This roundabout was recently finished and should make this intersection a lot safer. The marina can be reached using these crosswalks. The northeast corner of the marina has a hotel and access to Cesar Chavez Park. The southern section has a restaurant and has the dock where you would catch the Berkeley Ferry. Currently, there is a bike-friendly ferry service that runs twice a day to the San Francisco Ferry Building and Mission Bay. This land that stretches into the bay is landfill that was added up until the 1960s. There were plans to develop this area, but environmentalists shut down those efforts, and now most of what remains is public open space. The facilities on the right are the UC Aquatic Center and the Cal Sailing Club. The docks are used by Cal Adventures, who offer classes in sailing, paddleboarding, kayaking, and windsurfing. Anyone can take the classes, but UC Berkeley students get a lower rate. Adventure Playground is a really unique play space that has been designed and built by kids. They take used materials and turn them into forts, boats, and towers. What makes it super cool is that it is free for individuals. While there are bike racks here, you can also use the Bike Link e-lockers that are across University Avenue and just west of the restaurant at the marina. This is a secure way to stow a bike before an excursion with the Cal Sailing Club, but the lockers aren't big enough for most cargo bikes. It only costs 5 cents an hour for anyone with the Bike Link app or card. The green space is Shorebird Park, which has a nature center and a playground. There are some picnic benches and shady trees that make this a great spot to rest and set up a picnic. The Bay Trail ends at this parking lot, but we are really close to the pier. I took the street, but there is a path on the other side of the parked cars. In 2015, the pier was closed due to structural problems. The Berkeley Pier recently received funding to help them plan the restoration of the pier. The plan is to have ferry service and other recreation to support the long-term financial stability of the pier. The Water Emergency Transportation Authority is working together with the City of Berkeley to restore the ferry's service. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next leg of the San Francisco Bay Trail. Thanks for coming along. I'll see you on the next Greenway.